Is it just me, or does Daredevil Born Again feel a little bit like a CW show? Slightly episodic, weird pacing between different episodes, a supporting cast that honestly is kind of useless and you wonder why any screen time is given to half of them. And it makes you wonder why the original cast, the OG cast, wasn't just used instead. Questionable love interests, a pre-overhaul team that might have been on crack, more cocaine than I literally do, with some of the decisions they were making. Their action scenes, their dialogue, their writing, their story, horrible. I don't know who the hell Disney's hiring for this stuff, but they need to stop, and I'm so glad the post-overhaul team came through and did those reshoots. It pisses me off that Acolyte and Agatha had a higher viewership on Disney than Daredevil Born Again, which tells me either Disney had a loss of subscribers by the millions. Daredevil Born Again aired at like 7 million viewers. These shows got like 10 million plus. Like, what the hell? Either Daredevil isn't popular among the Disney fan base or Marvel fan base, as these properties are, or people have just lost faith in Disney over time. Daredevil's my boy. He's my favorite superhero. I'm very protective over this particular piece of IP. When I found out that Daredevil Born Again was even happening, part of me literally wanted to fly down and march down to Disney headquarters with a bucket of cocaine, grabbing all the scripts from them and saying, "This is mine now. You're not doing this. I am writing this character because I don't trust you, and you're not going to do a damn thing about it." Part of me wanted to do that, and nobody, make no mistake, nobody in Disney would have stopped me. They can't. Here's the issue with Daredevil Born Again. I don't understand why. I see a lot of reactors acting like this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Daredevil Born Again. It pisses me off. I like the show, don't get me wrong. But here's an issue. The finale was so good in terms of a return to form to the Netflix show. The finale brought these two back. These two supporting characters from the Daredevil show. It shows you how pathetic Disney's new supporting cast was. Their characters are pathetic compared to them. I get it, Frank Castle, you can't really compare many people to him. But even Karen alone, the scenes with her and Matt are 10 times better than anything that we saw with Matt and any of these supporting characters. Like, what the fuck? Why? It's because Disney does not have as skilled writers as Netflix. Sherry, I don't hate him as much as people. A lot of fans are annoyed by this dude. I don't have an annoyance with Sherry as much. I just don't get his existence is pointless to me. Why didn't they just get Mahoney from Daredevil, the original series? Here, Mahoney could have played a retired New York cop who decided to be a private investigator for Matt, which would have made sense because he knows Matt and Foggy, especially after Foggy's death. Him coming on board would have been perfect. Why didn't you just use him? McDuffie, I thought I was going to hate her going into the show. Great. Foggy's dead and we replaced him with a black woman. Are they going to make her annoying and trying to be standoffish to Matt? No, they didn't do that at all with her. She just doesn't have that much screen time to the point where, why was she even in it? She's nothing. She's nothing. I guess she's there to show Matt's life breaking apart and how it's affecting him as a lawyer and his firm. But she was okay for the most part. Bibi York needs to go. Pointless character. I don't care if it's a callback to her father. I don't care that she's doing this undercover journalism for Fisk. Bullshit. No, pointless screen time. I like these two a lot. Tony Soprano Jr. and the other female assistant of Fisk. I love these two because they play like the light side and dark side of Fisk's campaign and mayor persona. I actually really like these two. Unfortunately, a lot of his screen time is taken up by his relationship with Bibi York, which goes absolutely nowhere. Vanessa. I despise Vanessa at the start of the show because she's not only cheating on Fisk left and right, but I thought they were going to make her out to be like this misunderstood victim that's a victim of Fisk and needs to get out. And the way she's justifying her cheating during therapy sessions with Heather Glenn, which I'm going to get to, I was like, God damn, please don't do this, Disney. You're really, you're good at making female characters very unlikable. But as soon as it's revealed that she's actually way more evil than we thought and she killed Foggy, I was like, okay, this is the Vanessa I like. I like corrupt, full-on evil Vanessa who's not pretending to be innocent. I like that. My boy, Poindexter, just don't kill him off ever. If he dies, I off myself. Pretty much. I love Bullseye as a villain. I loved him in Daredevil Season 3. I loved him in the show. Please don't kill my man. Heather. Fine-ass Heather. She was doing so well. Look how beautiful she is. She was doing so well in the first few episodes, and then she said this. Daredevil didn't save me. I saved myself. Matt's face in the scene was all of us when she said this. I was like, what? This reminds me of We Are the Flash. I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks to Felicity and Iris. How did Disney allow this to happen with this character? Why is she low IQ? Why is she acting like vigilantes are 100% the villains and Fisk is not? Fisk, season 1 and 3 are canon, by the way. They're canon. It's referenced right in the beginning of the finale. Agent Nadim and all that. This man's been convicted and arrested 3 times. This man has been confirmed to at least have been part of some crime. And she joins Fisk as this commissioner of mental health? And she doesn't believe a thing Matt says. She thinks Matt is delusional, even though she lives in a world with literally Thor, the Hulk, all these things exist, but it's in her puny, peanut-sized brain, it's hard to imagine Fisk is a bad guy. Low IQ. Why the fuck didn't they just put Matt with her? People forget this. There was a Latvian hot-ass, fine-ass lawyer chick that Matt was rizzing up in episode 4, I believe it was. He was rizzing her up to get like a probation or something for his client. She wanted him badly, by the way. She was wet for this man. Their chemistry was off the charts, way better than him and Heather. Why didn't you just... I'm not saying put them together. I don't want them trying to write relationships because Disney sucks at it, but have a good back and forth. Maybe build up to a potential romance with them, because both these lawyers who are in a rivalry with each other, that's a hot-ass romance right there, potentially. You know what I'm saying? That's good chemistry. That's interesting. Not Heather Glenn, who randomly, her and Matt get together in the first episode after like 2 meetings and... Pathetic. Karen coming into the show in the finale, automatically the scenes with her and Matt feel way more real than with him and Heather. This is the problem. Disney, CW, all these productions have an issue. Every single time, the main romance we're supposed to care about is not as interesting as like chemistry with the main character and someone else. This is a habit. This is a thing I notice all the time. Y'all need to learn how to write females. Disney, like, I can school you on this. Allow me to write the females. I got you. Women will never... Dude, the amount of unlikable female characters, I would change the game for women everywhere. I would literally bring up feminism with how good I'd write females. Disney sucks! The GOAT. Steals every scene he's in. I didn't like episode 4, but he was the best part in it. His scene with Matt was peak. And him in the finale going after the anti-vigilante task force with Matt. Killing these people. Killing all these corrupt cops. Bad ass. I cannot wait for the Punisher special. I hope they bring him back in season 2. Give this man a goddamn movie. This man deserves it. And he also makes Matt really look really stupid. Matt's entire no-kill code is like really ridiculous when you put it to what Frank's doing. Literally, the dude who killed White Tigers there, Frank has already murdered a bunch of these guys, and Matt's like, no, don't kill this dude. He's not worth it. And Frank's like, what? I've just murdered 7 dudes, and you're defending the worst of them? You're an idiot. Why would you take a bullet for Fisk, Matt? Your entire moral code looks stupid when Frank's around. I love that about Frank. Here's how I'd rank the episodes. 4 and 5 are my least favorite. 2, 8, 7 are average. 3 and 1 are good, really good. 6 and 9 are great. Only 4 episodes out of the 9 episode run are above average, above good to me. That's not great, man. And listen, I expected we were going to have issues with the overhaul shit. And I expect season 2 to be way better and consistent. Because they did have to go through reshoots because that pre-overhaul team was about to sabotage Daredevil. But you guys didn't come back swinging. Daredevil didn't save the MCU, unfortunately. But he potentially gave Disney the right blueprint now. Now, what would I change? Here's a surprising answer. I wouldn't change a lot from the story we got. I know a lot of people are about to be mad at me. Exactly, what the fuck are you talking about? There's so much you could change. I understand that. I think Foggy dying, Bullseye, all that stuff, I actually don't mind that. Here are the 2 issues I have. Heather, useless, get her out of the show. She's pointless. I don't care. Oh, Fisk is trying to get to Heather so he can get to Matt. That is literally not touched upon as much as you think it is. Heather and Matt's relationship is without substance, in my opinion. There's no chemistry. We barely see much of them together. He has more chemistry with Karen. I don't know why she just wasn't in the show. That's Heather's role to me. It's useless. I would make him and her kind of a thing, you know. They don't need to get together, but flirting, you know. Mahoney's back instead of Sherry, okay? Muse is the main difference. Muse is the main change I would make. Muse should have been the primary antagonist of this show. It shouldn't have been episodic, okay? He should have been the primary antagonist, with the anti-vigilante task force being the final undercurrent throughout the show that builds up towards the finale, okay? This should have been Batman Riddler type shit. Half mystery detective, half action, half horror movie type shit, okay? Muse's story should have been 4 episodes, okay? A 4-episode arc. Starting from episode 4. So, we have the Poindexter killing Foggy in the first episode. We have Fisk becoming mayor. We have the Hector Ayala White Tiger courtroom thing, which I actually really like that episode. Everything else, from episode 7 should be MUSE. Okay, Fisk's task force should be the final boss at the finale that Punisher and Daredevil have to team up to fight. Everything else should be MUSE. Part 1, true detective level shit. Victims are being found. Ritualistic murders are taking place. It's all linked to art and murals. Blood that's being used. Part 1 is the investigation. Part 2 is when Matt and MUSE have their first confrontation, their first fight. Which is it should be similar to episode 6, which I love, where he tries to save the White Tiger. Only difference is, MUSE is a lot harder to take out than Matt expected. He's harder to catch and sense for some reason too. Part 3, MUSE escapes from Matt. We get his origin story. This episode should be dedicated to MUSE's origin, similar to how in the Netflix shows, you'd have an entire episode dedicated to the origin of a villain. I want that from MUSE. Instead of this, oh, he did Taekwondo and we're going to dump a whole bunch of exposition in the course of 5 minutes. No. He, in his origin, it should be stated, as a child, his dad was Sokovian, his mom was American. He was kidnapped, abducted, and experimented on by Hydra in a facility similar to Wanda and Pietro. In a similar facility to that. They were experimenting on a bunch of people, and he was one of them. As a result of this experimentation, and the Avengers taking down Hydra, authorities found him later, okay? He gained enhanced physiology, so he's not like superhuman completely. He has somewhat altered strength. He's stronger than the average man. He's got peak human agility and reflexes. He's got healing, which explains why Matt's able to smack him around left and right, and he's still able to get up. And he's immune to Matt's radar sense and the spider sense, explaining why Spider-Man hasn't found this dude after swinging it throughout New York all day, and why Daredevil takes so long to find him. That makes him terrifying. Daredevil's radar sense doesn't work. So he's fighting him pretty much almost blindfolded. Part 4 is the final battle. The final episode should be the final battle with him and MUSE, and we can say MUSE dies. He dies, but it's inferred that maybe his healing powers maybe he dies in an accident, and it's inferred that his healing powers kick in, and maybe his body's never found. While this is happening, Fisk's story is simple. Him and Vanessa have a kind of a rivalry. They're butting heads. And it all starts with the choice she made to kill Foggy. Remember at the end of season 3 where Fisk promised, I'll leave your friends alone, Matt, just leave Vanessa alone? Vanessa pretty much violates this entire thing by killing Foggy and ruining it, which causes friction between her and Fisk, because Fisk is trying to be a different man at this point too, right? So this causes them to have conflict to the point where it gets to a boiling point. She cheats on Fisk with Adam. Fisk holds Adam prisoner. Vanessa lets Adam out so he can kill Fisk. She tries to blindside Fisk, have him killed. Fisk destroys Adam, finds out Vanessa was responsible, and because of this, his final transformation into the old Kingpin is killing the one anchor he had. Killing Vanessa, who's a huge part of him. A huge part of his character is gone, leaving a void within him and saying, there's no love left in my life. There's only what I can do for the city. I'm Kingpin now. That is how I would have done Fisk's entire arc, okay? And by the way, as a result of her killing Foggy, to close that final loop to Vanessa, he tries to have Bullseye killed in prison. Very important. He assembles an anti-vigilante task force after the fallout of MUSE and Daredevil's battle. Convinces the city that this is needed, okay? This gets us to our finale. Frank and Matt take on the anti-vigilante task force, okay? Maybe Frank is captured and we get that similar ending. Fisk is gonna out Matt. After he figures out he can't kill Matt, and Matt beat the anti-vigilante task force soldiers, he's like, fuck it. The only thing I can take from Matt to force him into a choke point is to take the thing he loves the most, besides vigilantism, which is the law. I'm gonna out his entire persona to the city. All because Vanessa's dead, Matt no longer has any leverage over him. So he has the FBI confiscate all of Matt's suits, which forces Matt into hiding and into his new Shadowland suit, or to spray paint his red suit black, essentially. And season 2, it'll be teased that Matt has to recruit the Defenders to stop him. That is how I would do it, y'all. End credit scene will be Bullseye escaping from prison, setting up him for season 2. That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it. That's literally the only changes I would make. That's a lot of changes, don't get me wrong, but still, MUSE should have been a 4-parter. He should have been the bulk. Half is him, half is Fisk's storyline, culminating to the anti-vigilante task force and the war between vigilantes and Fisk's army. I like Daredevil Born Again. I think, unfortunately, Disney is so stupid with hiring teams that don't know what the fuck they're doing. We had to have the overhaul, so now I think season 2 will bring us back to consistency. I hope and pray. If you want to know why Wanda Maximoff is a fraud, biggest fraud in the MCU, watch this video here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission. If take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.